Hey, how's it going? So people often ask me where I get my comics from, and the answer is always the same. I get them anywhere I can, um, and sometimes I get collections. So this is one of the cases. I get collections all the time, but I figured, well, why not show you guys kind of like what I got? So this right here is two complete sets of Star Wars, 1 through 100, or 107, sorry. And there's like a low grade set and a high grade set. And I spent about $3,000 on getting these two sets. Now, I can remember a time when I would spend not nearly that much on getting a Star Wars set. Star Wars keeps on climbing in prices, even not just the popular ones like number 1, 2, 42, 68, stuff like that. The obscure ones are getting even higher in price too. So I spent a little more than I normally thought I normally would, but I think it will be worth it in the end. Now. Here's the thing: I have not gone through these, so you're gonna kind of go through them with me. I just kind of checked them over, make sure everything was there, like the person said. So I haven't seen each individual grade. Now the thing was, they didn't bag. Okay, the nice set was just bagged, no bags and boards, and the other one was just there. And take care of your comics. If you have them, bag and board them. Nice bags too. They're not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon for like, I don't know, $10 or something. So let's go through these. Kind of see what we got. So as you can see, so this was the nice set. This is how no boards, just bags. I went through and bag and board the expensive ones just to, so they wouldn't get banged up. So here we got a number 1. And I would say the number 1 is probably a 9.0, maybe a 9.2. So that's good. So like I said, I spent $3,000 on this whole thing. Then we got number 2. Number 2 is just the reprint, so not really worth anything. It's worth something, but not too much. Number 3 looks about, I haven't taken it out, but looks like it's probably going to be around 8 to 9. 4 is a reprint. 5 is a reprint. 6 is a reprint. Okay. Now the cool thing about these is one set is all newsstands, and the other set is all direct. So not exactly sure how that happened. It looks to me, I'm just going to glance through these real quick. Looks to me, the lower numbers are all in the 8s, and it looks like it's getting better towards the top. That's kind of how I thought how it looked to begin with. So let's look at the more important issues. So let's jump up here. 41, because that's when it's like the first Yoda appearance. This one's actually, there you go. Actually not as nice as I was hoping. Looks maybe like an 8. All right, then 42. Remember, these are all newsstands. 42. This one's pretty nice. Maybe a 9.0 to 9.2. Then we got the first Lando, number 43, which has been coming up quite a bit recently. Now it's got a corner crease down here at the bottom. You probably couldn't tell. Yeah, maybe like 7.5. Okay, the next big one is, of course, 68. Like this one I went through and bagged and boarded this one, but most of them are just in plastic. 68. And a newsstand, of course, a newsstand can get you anywhere from an extra 20% to an extra 200% on your money. So compared to the direct, it really depends what year it is, and these ones, like in this age, they were still selling a lot in stores. That's what the newsstand means, is they sold them on like a newsstand, as compared to like they might have like a Spider-Man logo down here, like his face or something, which is just a direct, which means they sent them to comic stores. This one could be a 9, maybe a 9 too, which would fetch me $500-600. Now the key is here is like, yeah, you got the keys, right? But it's the non-key issues is where you're gonna really start getting your money back. So this one's 81. This one's somewhat of a key. This one is probably 9.4, maybe $100. But it's the non-key issues that you got. It's like number 82. What's that? It's not a key or anything like that. But if you get a 9.8 of these, which this one is a 9.6. This one, number 83. 9.6. Number 84. Maybe a 9.8. But yeah, they start getting nicer towards the top, right? And the thing is with this is like this one, number 87, right? This would be a 9.8. So as they start getting closer, to the top, they get nicer and nicer and nicer, fall in the ranges of 9.4s and 9.8s. But the thing is, if you start getting 9.8s of them, right, and you get a couple 9.8s, even some 9.6s in there, that goes from maybe in a 9.8, you can get like $100, $150, $125, maybe $200 in some of these issues. Maybe you got a 9.6, you're getting in like the $75 range. Now you have to case them. That's cost you money and shipping and insurance and all that kind of stuff. But if you can start making $50 a piece on these, on some of the nicer ones that come back 9.6s and 9.8s, that's when it really starts adding up. So that's what I'm looking for. It's like, yeah, you got your big keys, like your 42, 68. Your number ones, but once, that should take up the bulk, but then it's where you start making your money, is where you start getting the 9.6s and 9.8s. Let's check, towards the back end, because they have lower print runs. Let's see, 107. This one. So here's 107. This is the last issue. Yeah, it's probably 9.4, 9.6, but give me like $100. And then it looks like it has some bonus issues of Return of the Jedi, the annuals. I always liked this cover, and I never knew why it wasn't worth more. It's annual 3, 9.4. I always thought it'd be worth a lot more. I mean, I think in like a 9.8. It's like $300-400, somewhere around there. But, I just figured it'd be worth a lot more than that. All right, so that's the first set. The first set I knew was nicer. Now, we got the second set. And the second set, no bags, no boards. The bags and boards you do see, like right here, I put those. So, definitely... trying to move these around so I don't like damage a corner or something like that. So you got number 1, it's like a 5. Number 2, yeah, all these are like really low grades, like 4s and 5s, which is fine. It's just trying to find a few that are nicer and worth sending to CGC. But it looks like they're all pretty. That's the thing. It's like you want to send stuff that makes sense. So you're not going to send, a Star Wars, like let's take this one example. This is Star Wars number 21, right? It's got creasing and foxing and staining on the back cover. I mean, this thing will come back maybe a 4 or 5. Not worth sending. Why? Because if you're sending a 4 or 5, it's going to cost you, $20, $30 to send it or whatever it is. And then you might sell it for $5, $10 if it's case. This is not worth it. It's like if you sold it raw, you'd sell it for $1, like, or 2 or something like that. Like, it's not very much. So you have to be careful of what you want to send. You don't want to waste your money. So you want to, like, there's tiers of, there's what I call investment grade, which means it's a grade that's investable. So something that is desirable and investable. So investable is different because an action number 1 and a 1.0 is an investable grade because it's investable. It doesn't matter what it is. But a 1.0 in a Star Wars number 23 is not investable. In Star Wars 23, for example, an investable grade is probably 9.6 or 9.8. Maybe you can consider 9.4. Number 68 right here, an investable grade would probably be a 9.0 is what I'd go for. 9.0 and above. Then there's a collectible grade. A collectible grade is a grade that presents well because someone that's collecting it, they want to either frame it, put it on the wall, hang it somewhere, or just look at it in general. They want something that looks nice. So they don't want big pieces missing and torn up and creased up. So a collectible grade, I consider it's more of like the eye appeal. I would say it's an 8.0 and above. Usually, unless you have like a really nice like 6.5 or 7.0, but it has like something wrong with it that's not more visible. So yeah, that's kind of like what you're gonna aim for. You got your investor and your collectible grades. So yeah, so like none of these would fall in any of these categories. All right, so where were we? All right, so we got number 42. That's the next big one. So here's number 42. See, Spider-Man logo down here. You'd see instead of a little barcode. It's actually pretty. All these have like this foxing on the back, and foxing is basically, I don't know if you can see, but it's like this staining up in the corner. See how it's like kind of brown? It's like, yeah, it's like what happens to the paper. Yeah, so it's not that great. Now what do we got here? We got number 68. This one's a little better. Maybe 7 or an 8. Maybe, I don't know. I have to look at it more closely. Yeah. I have them like all over the place. Yeah, so let's see if they get a little bit, at least a little nicer towards the top portion. Okay, so I'm looking at number 76. I randomly picked one out. No, they still have all that foxing. It must have been like how they were stored and the climate conditions of what state they were in. All right, number 81. Nope. So you can see all that brown on the spine. It's not dirt. It's literally just basically staining from the paper. All right, let's just go more towards the top. So 98. Yeah, they all have that stain. And then here we go, last one, 107. I mean, they look pretty nice, minus the fact that it's all brown. So yeah, not the best. Maybe a 7. So yeah, it really comes down to so like something like this. So the first set was great. It was all high grade. So those are going to be easy to sell. I'm probably going to CGC most of those and then probably go through and sell the other ones, which each, just pick a random issue, say, you know, like number 23. And if you got yourself like a high grade of that, in the nines to, 9/8, you can get yourself 10, 20, 30, $50 for selling that book. And that's probably what I'll do with those. But then the other set, since they're such lower grades, it's going to be a lot harder to move because it's going to be harder to convince someone to buy a 4.0 of something when there's like 8.0s and 9.0s easily available. So yeah, so it comes down to is I'll have to like add up these keys and um, and kind of see. So what do you think? Do you think like I said, it's been about $3,000 on this. So what do you think? Do you think I'm going to make my money back? Let me know. Comment below. I will add up some of the value and kind of some of what I think it's worth based off of what I can get for it. And then I will post that price somewhere around here. And then think basically what I can guess I'm probably going to get for it. All right, cool. Thank you.